Welcome to The Right Question, the video podcast designed to answer your questions about writing. I'm Daphne Gray Grant. Today I'm answering a question from Joan Rush, a retired lawyer working on her first novel in Vancouver, British Columbia. Here's her question.
Hi, Daphne. I have struggled with an odd problem, or at least it seems odd to me. Since starting this project, I've read many new books and reread books that I really like to use them as writing guides. You suggested that we use Writing We Like to see if we could follow the author's style of writing. My problem seems to be that I get engrossed in the stories I'm reading and move away from understanding the writing style. I know that sounds stupid even as I say this, but it's true. You'd think I could separate one from the other, but I find it very hard. I spent about an hour rereading a book and getting lost in the story again today, and couldn't seem to figure a real takeaway from the author's style. I wondered if other people have this problem and if there's a way to get around it. Thanks very much. I look forward to hearing back from you.
Thanks for the excellent question, Joan. Before I answer it, let me make one observation. Many people don't ask questions about things that really bother them because they fear the question makes them sound too stupid. I refuse to believe there's any such thing as a stupid question, and what you've asked me today gets to the core of a really important issue. How do we read? Many people read for plot, and I think you touch on that when you describe getting caught up on the story of the book you're enjoying. Others read for figurative language, and I know I particularly like the metaphors and similes of Nicholson Baker. I also like the way he can take a paper-thin plot, like in his book The Mezzanine, about someone riding an escalator, and turn it into an entire novel. But reading a book to enjoy it is entirely different from reading a book to learn from it. If you want to start learning from what you read, I have a book to suggest for you. It's called Reading Like a Writer, and it's written by Francine Prose, a perfect surname for a writer. Prose explains that we should examine the work of other famous writers, such as Austen, Chekhov, and Roth. She examines the techniques these writers use and gives us some guidelines on how we can emulate them. Most of all, she suggests that we should dramatically slow our reading speed and spend more time paying attention to individual words and sentences. Now, I know that most of the authors Prose mentions are what I would call the old faithfuls. I think they still have lessons for us today, but I understand that you might want some more contemporary input as well. So here is what I suggest. I think you should start copying the authors you admire. And by copying, I mean word for word. You can copy by a pen if you like, or use a computer. It doesn't matter. But copying is the best way I know to truly absorb the rhythm, vocabulary, and style of another writer. When I copy, I do it for no more than 5 minutes at a time, but I try to do it every day. I've included a link to my column about this in the description below. Over the years, I've copied books, blog posts, New York Times articles, and magazine pieces. It doesn't matter what you copy, as long as you like the material and it offers you something to emulate. Then, when you've finished copying the piece, make that a chapter if you're doing a book, reread it and really think about what that author has to teach you. You'll learn something new because you'll understand the writing in a whole different way after having copied it. This is the same principle that fine artists use when learning how to produce visual art. I've been writing for more than 33 years, and I still copy, and I still learn from it. Finally, in case you're worried about being labeled as a plagiarist, let me quote the words of Pablo Picasso. "Good artists copy, great artists steal." Thanks for your question, Joan. Good luck with learning from other writers.